This is my new to me 313,000 mile UrS6 Avant, and today we're here to start the process of saving it. There's a lot wrong with it. We actually bought it last weekend not running, and you can see the picture of it on our trailer here. After we got it running, we found it had a bunch more problems than we expected. So I want to show you some of those problems today. So, the first thing is that the interior is quite ruined. I mean, to be honest, it's not the worst thing ever, but it certainly isn't great. And as you can imagine, finding these seats is difficult. And so the driver's seat especially is pretty wrecked. And I'm very sad about that because these C4 seats are amazing. The heating doesn't work in this one, but it does work in the passenger one. Basically, the entire cluster was not functional at all. The only things that worked were RPM and vehicle speed, which are good ones to work, but there was no fuel gauge, there's no oil temperature or coolant temperature or anything. The air conditioning system wasn't working, but now magically works, but one of the bulbs is dead, and several of the bulbs are dead in the cluster. The sunroof doesn't work. I took it apart now. Sorry, I've owned it for a while. I've been trying to fix things, and this whole panel was epoxied to the roof. So I got it apart because I was trying to figure out why the sunroof didn't work, and you know, it's held up with tape until I can more permanently secure it. The engine in this UrS6 Avant is Audi's AAN 5-cylinder 20-valve turbo engine. I have a friend who's an absolute expert with these engines. I've driven several of his that are actually big turbo and awesome. And when I saw this come up for sale, I really just wanted to own one of my own. So actually, one of the best things about this car is that this engine runs really well and doesn't appear to leak anything. Apparently it has some issue with the power steering, which might be the servotronic system. I'm not sure. It's something that I haven't troubleshot yet. And it's a little bit low on coolant, and it's the wrong color coolant. And it's my understanding and opinion, based on meeting a lot of old Audi guys, is that's really offensive to old Audi guys is when you have the wrong coolant in the engine. So we're gonna fix that. But yeah, that's pretty much what that's pretty much what we've got going on here. It's pretty stock. The only thing that I've really noticed is the recirc valve says APR on it, but everything else seems pretty stock. It does have red top coils though. That's pretty much it for up in here right now anyway. We'll be back when we have to deal with the issues in there, but it runs a bit, so we don't care about that today. What else? There's a little bit of light hail damage. There's a little bit on the roof, a little bit on the hood, and then there's one little dent right here. Makes me sad, but I don't know if I'll be able to fix those or not. But we're missing some of the trim along the sides, as you'll notice. Like, we're missing this guy and some of the stuff down there. I would like to be able to find replacements for those, but overall, it's in pretty good shape. There's no real serious rust. The only rust is this little thing right up in here is starting to rust on the fender as the paint chips off. And then the hood was repainted at some point in its 313,000 miles, and you can see the paint's kind of peeling off of that. Back here, these taillights are cracked, and I was really sad because I didn't know how they would be to replace, but I found a replacement that somebody's selling for $1,600, and that's pretty much what I paid for the car, so we will not be paying $1,600 for that. But one of my favorite features about these old Audis is they have the rear seats, and I love these rear seats. They are so fun to me. And so yeah, as you can see, I can kind of sort of sit in here. Not really. They're meant for children or something. I'm not really sure what they were meant for, but they're here. And the parking brake doesn't work, as we just saw. I think the drum is seized, so I just made it roll because it's stuck, it's sitting in gear. And if you can come up in here and see, I'm gonna lay down out of the way, you can see what I think shorted the interior lights. You can see there's some like water damage or something up in here. So I don't know what happened because the headliner's in pretty good shape and it's not sagging, and I don't see any obvious water entry up in here. But that guy, I think, is what blew up the fuse for the interior. Wow. Anyway, that, my friends, is okay.
Jesus.
I think the hill is too much for the trans or for the engine to hold back. So when I bumped it that one little time, I think it's just going to roll the rest of the way down the hill.
It is.
I've never had that happen before. Okay, well, we're going to have to do something with that. I know what I can do. Hold on. 5th gear. That's worse. Am I thinking about this backwards? I would have thought 5th gear would have been harder for it to turn. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I am backwards. Reverse? Is that a lower ratio than first?
You're also less on a hill now.
We are less on a hill now. Well, that was fun. So yeah, there is just the multitude. There's a whole list of problems with this car, and we started with a good vacuum, and I've been working through those problems. At the time of recording, this gauge cluster has already been out. I reflowed the solder, and the fuel gauge came back, so that's good. But the coolant temperature and oil temperature didn't come back, and a bunch of other stuff didn't come back. So we're gonna have to troubleshoot those on a case-by-case basis, because I would really like at least the cluster to be fully operational. I don't know, that's pretty much it. All the windshield wipers need replaced, as you can maybe see. I mean, there's still rubber on there, but they are non-functional. So I'm in here because the sliding roof is non-functional, and when I was looking in here, you can see there's an empty blank where the sliding roof is supposed to be. It goes right here where my pinky is. So I just need to grab a 20 amper here. Are these the 20s? These are the 20s, and throw it in there.
Okay.
All right, so good news, the sunroof came back. Bad news, it doesn't want to close all the way. So I'll probably just have to manually crank it shut. But that's a problem for when I park it, I think. Because I'm gonna go pick up dinner. I got some bad news, folks. Well, there it is. Oh, wait, hold on. There it is. So that sucks. And if you look up here, first of all, this thing is hot, hot, hot. And if you look back here, there's fluid coming out the back of it. So radiator's warm too, so I'm not really sure. I'm not gonna diagnose it tonight, but that's a bad news bears problem. But here we are with the sunroof, manually closing the sunroof. Don't give me crap about my Jeep branded tools. They came with the Jeep, and it's a 90 tooth. It's the nicest ratchet I have. Leave me alone. Someday I'll buy nice ratchets. Actually, honestly, this is a nice ratchet. It just says Jeep on it.